The East African Community countries of Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda pride themselves on offering visitors a rich and varied array of tourism attractions, the combination of which is unique to this part of the world. These range from stunning natural formations to exciting wildlife encounters and even unique cultural encounters. The region also boasts some of the finest beaches in the world. Burundi, the Eden in the heart of Africa. Both the geographical location of Burundi in the heart of Africa, as well as its magnificent vistas and panoramas, make this country a true paradise. Sometimes referred to as the Switzerland of Africa, Burundi's warm, gentle climate combines with great variations in the country's geographical formations to make it an interesting as well as relaxing holiday destination. Renowned for its legendary hospitality, a visit to Burundi is not complete without taking in all of the exciting attractions which the country has to offer. Only then can one discover the same Garden of Eden, which some of the famous explorers of the great African continent will have found 100 and more years ago. From the area of the peak Congo-Nile and its vast Kibera forest to the tropical central plateau surrounded by more than 1,000 hills, to the lowlands of eastern and northern Burundi, the country will lavish you with countless experiences to excite all of your senses. Kenya, the pride of Africa. Kenya is one of the world's great tourism destinations, known for its remarkable diversity of landscapes, wildlife, and cultures. From sweeping savannas to tropical beaches and coral reefs, dense equatorial forests to mighty snow-capped mountains and more, Kenya is a world unto itself. Take a look around and discover the wonders of this great country firsthand. You will experience the work savanna, the views from the spectacular peaks, the awe-inspiring Rift Valley, and the desert wilderness of the north. The coastline of Kenya is a tropical idyllium of soft white sands and gentle sea breeze, where the passing of a day is marked by the slow arc of the sun. The pace of life on the coast is notably slower, languid, more relaxed, and at peace with the world. The coast is a place with a long and exotic history. Along the length of this coast, Arab and Portuguese forts, old towns and the overgrown, deserted ruins of Swahili outposts bear witness to this fascinating history. In the winding medieval streets and bustling markets of Lamu and Mombasa Old Town, life has continued unhurried and unchanged for more than 400 years. This blend of natural beauty and living history creates an exotic paradise unlike anywhere else on earth. Kenya has a culture born of countless sources. This region has been crossed by the paths of a long and complex history. From the prehistoric records of early man to the present day, Kenya has been a land of unending change, contrast, and diversity. High-altitude Kenya offers something for everyone, including refreshing hill walks through bird-rich areas and more active hikes into mountain forests. Above all, there is mighty Mount Kenya, whose slopes are the perfect trekking destination. The mountain's alpine peak is a challenging technical summit for the experienced mountaineer. Rwanda, where Africa comes together. Welcome to the land of 1,000 hills. Rwanda sits at the hub of Africa. Here, at the center of the Albertine Rift, where deep volcanic forces press the continental plates apart, you'll discover a world of exquisite beauty and unsurpassed biodiversity. Rwanda is the bridge between the forest ecosystems of the Congo Basin and the great Rift Valley of the East. It shares in the biological riches of both worlds, offering a concentration of biodiversity found nowhere else in Africa. Walk through a primeval forest bathed in green. Thrill to the sight of that rarest of beasts, the mountain gorilla. Look into the eyes and look into yourself. You're here. You are in Rwanda, and you've discovered a new African dawn. Discover a new place, a new adventure, new friends and unimaginable beauty. The Virungas are the last outpost of the endangered mountain gorilla, and their lush slopes provide an appropriately dramatic natural setting for what is perhaps the most poignant and thrilling wildlife experience to be had in Africa. Nothing can prepare the visitor for the impact of encountering a troop of gorillas munching bamboo in their unfenced natural habitat. The sheer physical presence of an adult male silverback, 3 times the size of an average man, yet remarkably peaceable and tolerant of human visitors, defies verbal description. Nor are there words to convey the thrill of recognition attached to staring deep into the liquid brown eyes of these gentle giants, who share some 97% of their genes with humans. Tanzania, the land of Kilimanjaro, Zanzibar, and the Serengeti. With such a perfect location, perched on the edge of the African continent and facing the Indian Ocean, Tanzania's weather and climate leaves nothing to be desired. Warm sunny days are followed by cool and balmy nights, and whether you're on safari on the Serengeti Plains or enjoying the tropical beaches of Zanzibar, the temperatures are always welcoming and exciting. Tanzania has within its borders some of the most incredible tribal diversity to be found in Africa. The country is home to approximately 120 tribal groups, most of which comprise small communities that are gradually being assimilated into the larger population due to changes in land use and the economic draw of city life. The Spice Islands of the Zanzibar archipelago, Pemba, Mafia, and the entire Tanzania coast is home to the Swahili people, a vibrant mix of Arab, Indian, and Bantu origins, who historically based their livelihoods around Indian Ocean trade. Tanzania has more land devoted to national parks and game reserves than any other wildlife destination in the world. Everything from pristine coral reefs to the crater highlands, remote game reserves and the famous national parks are protected by government law and placed in trust for future generations to marvel at it in wonder and awe. Serengeti is easily Tanzania's most famous national park, and it's also the largest. Its far-reaching plains of endless grass, tinged with the twisted shadows of acacia trees, have made it the quintessential image of a wild and untarnished Africa. The annual wildebeest migration through the Serengeti and the Masai Mara attract visitors from around the world, who flock to the open plains to witness the largest mass movement of land animals on the planet. More than 1 million animals make the seasonal journey to fresh pasture, first to the north, then the south, after the biannual rains. Above the gently rolling hills and plateau of northern Tanzania rises the spectacular snow-covered peak of Mount Kilimanjaro, its slopes and glaciers shimmering above the rising clouds. Not only is this the roof of Africa, but the mountain's ecosystems are as strikingly beautiful as they are varied and diverse. The Ngorongoro crater is often called Africa's Eden and the 8th natural wonder of the world. A visit to the crater is perhaps the most important drawcard for tourists coming to Tanzania and is a definite world-class attraction. Within the crater rim, large herds of zebra and wildebeest graze while sleeping lions laze in the sun. At dawn, the endangered black rhino returns to the thick cover of the crater forests after grazing on dew-laden grass in the morning mist. Just outside the crater's ridge, tall Maasai herd their cattle and goats over green pastures through the highland slopes, living along the wildlife as they have done for countless centuries. Zanzibar's coastline offers some of the best beaches in the world. On the south coast of Zanzibar lies the Menai Bay Conservation Area, a sea turtle protection area for the endangered species that comes to breed on the island. Uganda, the pearl of Africa. Uganda's reputation as Africa's friendliest country stems partly from the traditions of hospitality common to its culturally diverse populace, and partly from the remarkably low level of crime and hassle directed at tourists. Uganda has long been a cultural melting pot, as evidenced by the 30+ different indigenous languages belonging to 5 distinct linguistic groups, and an equally diverse cultural mosaic of music, art, and handicrafts. Sprawling across both sides of the equator, a network of 10 national parks and several other protected areas offers wildlife enthusiasts a thrilling opportunity to experience Uganda's biodiversity. Not only the mesmerizing tracts of thornbush savanna, teeming with antelope, buffalo, and elephant one tends to associate with equatorial East Africa, but also lush expanses of tropical rainforest, shimmering lakes and rivers heaving with aquatic life, and the glacial peaks of Africa's tallest mountain range. Uganda's star attraction is the endangered mountain gorilla, the bulkiest of living primates and amongst the most peaceable. Staring into the pensive brown eyes of these gentle giants, who share 97% of their genes with humans, is as humbling as it is thrilling. No less so when one realizes that fewer than 700 individuals survive, divided between Windy National Park and the Virunga Mountains. Within Uganda's borders lies the source of the Nile, alluded to hazily in the ancient writings of Ptolemy, and which stood as one of the greatest geographical mysteries of the Victorian Age. Transitional to the eastern African savanna and the western rainforests, Uganda is Africa's most complete birdwatching destination, with more than 1,000 species recorded within an area comparable to that of Great Britain. The East African community countries are truly a unique holiday destination on Earth.